Hello, Internet. This is Ike from Seriously Beyond. We had some technical difficulties while recording the podcast that you're about to watch. Listen to. The video didn't work. I had to record it out at my dad's house. So you're just going to be hearing an audio recording of Nick, Teresa, and I talking about Ghostbusters Afterlife. The second thing that happened was the video and the audio stopped recording after 37 minutes. We went for another like 20 minutes after that, so we're missing about a third of the episode. But I digress. It's a problem, but we're just going to deal with it. I've already spent more time making this episode than I care to admit. Without further ado, please enjoy the episode, and we'll see you next time.
Good evening, Internet, and welcome to finally we get to record and produce and release the Beyond episode where we talk about Ghostbusters. And the movie's been out for what, a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now? What's today, Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday.
Something like that, yeah.
And I saw it with Nick opening night, and then a couple days later I saw it again at a different theater
Yeah.
with the girlfriend. And I think Nick saw it the same day I did.
Yep, I saw it again the same day you did.
And Teresa saw it
And I did it
on
once.
Saturday.
With the boyfriend on Saturday, yep.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to play the intro. And welcome back from that intro. For those of you that saw the intro, none of us did because we're doing this pre-recorded today, as opposed to how we usually
We'll do it
this.
live.
We'll do it. All right, we'll do it live. Okay, so Ghostbusters Afterlife was supposed to come out last year, but there was this thing called coronavirus that kind of stopped it from being released. So this movie, they literally had a year to perfect the editing and perfect the CGI and whatever they needed to do. And
Correct.
The love and admiration and respect for the source material, you can see that up there on the screen. This movie was made by people. Yeah. This movie was made by people that knew what they were doing and knew the people, and were making it for the people that were going to watch it and the people who grew up and originally watched the first two movies. Okay. Teresa, do you have any thoughts, like, after seeing the movie, what did you think? Oh, hold on. Before we continue,
cut me off before you
no.
even ask.
I was going to say, before we continue, spoiler warning. And it's going to say spoiler warning on the title of this. And it's going to say spoiler warning, like blinking at the bottom of the screen here. Okay, Teresa, your first thoughts.
First thoughts? I really liked it. I would watch it again, but I'd probably watch it maybe once a year. It was good enough to definitely watch again. The storyline was great. There was a little bit with the character development. You knew what was going to happen and who the two people were going to be at one area of the movie. Mm-hmm. So you knew the storyline, where it was going. That was pretty obvious. But I didn't like the way the mother acted in the movie. She seemed really just kind of non-believable. Really fake. She seemed real fake. But on that, everything was great. I mean, the CGI was great. They kept true, and I really wasn't, I really was shocked that those big old dog things that actually looked like the original ones.
Those are what? Those are called the terror dogs?
Yes, the terror dogs. They made it look just like the original. And I was really shocked and surprised they were able to pull that off. So I'm really proud of them for that.
One of the things I really liked was for some of the scenes with the terror dog, they actually had a physical puppet on set that they were using. Like when it's eating out of the kibble bag or whatever. That, I believe, is a physical puppet that was on set that Paul Rudd interacted
That's what I was wondering. I was like, that's really good otherwise. But that's what I was hoping they would use, like the original was puppets.
Mm-hmm.
Make it look real. So Well, glad to know it did look real because it was real. Ha ha
Yes,
ha.
yes, exactly.
That's awesome.
Nick, what is your
No, that was awesome.
what was your initial thoughts of the movie and how and like not necessarily like an overall critique, but how did you feel when you saw it for the first time?
Well, when I saw it for the first time, I was very pleasantly surprised because I haven't seen the 2016 version with the all female cast, the
Count
one that
yourself.
makes uh yeah, it makes all
So,
the guys in the movie look like asshole dumbasses and all that kind of stuff. And I don't think that that's a fair thing to do in a film, especially not one where you're trying to reach an audience that has seen Ghostbusters 1 and 2 and
mhm.
love it. And that's the reason why I think that film failed so hard. So this one, I think it was actually made and written with fans in mind, as opposed to we're gonna do our own agenda, we're gonna make whatever we want, fuck you guys, nostalgia, go fuck yourself. Uh, and I think it really succeeded in capturing that feeling that you felt watching that first movie. Uh, yeah, there was stuff that, like Teresa said, that was very predictable, but for a reboot of the franchise, maybe if they're going to do some more, I think it's a good start for
Mhm.
sure.
Well, when I saw it like the first time, like I was sitting there like giddy, like a kid on the edge of my seat. I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is so cool. And now that I've had a minute to reflect and see it a second time, why the fuck did they choose to just rehash the first movie for the third film? It was just almost beat for beat. The second half of the film was almost beat for beat the original movie.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
yeah, like why would they choose Gozer the Gozerian for the bad guy again? Like it just reeks of sloppy writing or like just sloppy storytelling. It's like we were trying to tell a new story with new people, but we're just gonna tell the same story in the same universe, but it's gonna be the same story just with different people.
Yeah,
But
that's a fair assessment there.
it's still understandable though that it can still be a good movie. The jokes were funny, the CGI was amazing. They actually had the same. They went through and watched original cells of the like ghost animations, like with the ghost coming out of the mountain or whatever, flying through the city. They
Yeah.
they had the original, not the original, but they were looking at it and comparing and essentially recreating that.
Yep. I like
Hmm.
that. I thought that was pretty good.
Yes.
I did. It, I'm not going to talk about the ending
I
yet.
liked the
Not
ghosts
the
as
ending yet.
well.
Yeah. Well, Muncher was really good. I liked that they introduced that character. Um, one of my biggest pet peeves though is
I don't know. I didn't like the way it looked. It looked too much like A Bug's Life, the caterpillar. It looks way too much like him.
I'm going to disagree because in the first film there's a scene where Slimer is going around a chandelier. They literally painted a peanut green and filmed a peanut flying around the chandelier to do Slimer flying around the chandelier in the first movie. So the graphics and special effects are hands down significantly better than the first movie.
Graphics, yeah. I just didn't like the way they
Well,
did the muncher. I didn't like
Yeah.
the way it
Okay.
looked.
Okay. That's a
Yeah.
fair assessment, though.
It just reminded
yeah,
me
I
of
mean
a
the
funny little
graphics are
caterpillar. That
bound to
was it.
be better.
He
I mean, you
did.
got 1984 compared
Yeah.
to 2020, 2021.
Yeah. Exactly. um, what else was there that I wanted to bring up? McKenna Grace was a great actress. I had a slight problem with her character. She seemed almost like a Mary Sue a little bit. Like
Oh yeah.
they made her OP as shit, and
Hmm.
like her characterization, the way she acted, like her character has a form of Asperger's, which somebody that would be in her position with the type of education and the amount of knowledge that she has, they would be that type of person. They would have that type of like mental handicap, I guess. But like I said, she knew exactly everything about like seismology and like the Richter scale and like the graphs that Paul Rudd's character was showing them.
Yeah, and she knew exactly what the proton pack was without having to, look into any notes or anything. She just goes, "Oh, how'd you build a
A collider,
particle accelerator
yeah,
this
this small
fast?"
or this small. How'd you make it this small? And
Yeah,
it's been what 35
I did
years.
like how the light goes.
Yeah, the light was a good, like it was almost too corny, but that's kind of what the Ghostbusters mantra has been, is they like they're just on the edge of being like just super corny.
Yeah, I like that about them though.
Well, yeah, no, it's perfect. I did have a question. My cousin Jerry asked me. He's like, okay, so they slid down the pole to get into Egon's little lair under the barn. How the fuck did they get out? They
How did
never
they get back out?
they never answered that question.
That's true. They
That's
never
a good
did.
question.
And then my cousin also said, if they had like a back exit with like a staircase, why wouldn't the kids take that instead of taking the fire pole again? I'm like, dude, if I was 7 or 6, I'd be taking that fucking fire pole to get down there every fucking time.
Well, remember in the first movie, Ray comes down the fire pole. He's like, "I love this place."
We stay here tonight, is what he says.
Yep.
As Egon and
Yeah.
Venkman are in there trying to talk her down from the price. It's like, this place should really be condemned.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
So
Anybody have like like I just talked about the McKenna Grace's character. What's her name? Phoebe. How I thought that she wasn't. They could have done her a little bit better. Anybody else have any gripes about the movie?
I
How
think my
about
only
the
real
fact that
gripe
the
about
lights,
the movie.
Oh, hold on.
the lights.
Okay, so go ahead, Teresa. What do you got?
So you remember when they were all in the Ecto one the first time chasing the Muncher down?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so they're chasing it down, nothing's going on, and then you see it fly past the restaurant. All of a sudden, they figure out how to do all the lights and everything like that, and they're
Oh,
like, "Wait a minute, no, they didn't even use the lights." And they show it again without the lights.
How to turn
So it went from
how to turn
yes
the
to no
ecto
to yes.
how to turn the ectos sirens and lights on? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I did not notice that the both times that I watched
yep,
it.
yep. They didn't have it on when they were chasing it, but then when they flew past the restaurant, it was all on. You could see it right through the windows, and then it was off again.
Well, that's probably just a continuity error. Like, that's not that big of an issue. I'm not gonna complain about
It was,
that.
no, it was just a weird kind of like on off, on off. Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It was the Starbucks cup. It was the Starbucks cup on the
The Game of Thrones Starbucks cup.
exactly.
Jeez. Nick, I don't think we talked about this before we started recording. What are you doing?
currently, I've got the new Hasbro Ecto 1 that I'm working on, and I'm actually almost done with it.
Oh, that is really cool.
coming along pretty nicely.
Nice, nice. What are you wearing there?
Oh, I got Ray Stantz goggles here.
Is that, or did you 3D print
The
that,
Ecto goggles.
or did you get that from like?
No, I got this from.
Is that a Hasbro thing too?
I got it from Spirit.
Oh, nice.
No, I got it from Spirit Halloween.
I had the Spirit Halloween.
It was their last one when I went there.
Oh, nice. I had the Spirit Halloween Proton Pack for a while, but my buddy Gary wanted to decorate his kid's room with Ghostbusters stuff, so I gave him all my Ghostbusters stuff to decorate his kid's room with. So he's got the
that's nice.
He's got the Proton Pack up on the wall, the Ghost Trap. I gave him my Playmobil Ecto 1. I'm kind of mad I gave it to him now.
It's for the kids, though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
for the
exactly.
kids.
Oh, there's a dead cockroach next
Just
to
tell
me.
them you want it back when the kids go to college.
Oh, have you ever seen the movie Honey, I Blew Up the Kid or whatever?
Yes.
Mm.
So my dad is working
I agree.
on one of those particle like expanding guns, and that's where we got this. This washboard back here was one of our test objects. Actually, if you look over here, I've got a giant clothespin and a lollipop too.
Oh, nice.
Okay, sorry, that was my ADD firing up. Let's see here.
Good, my dude.
Oh, let's talk about since Teresa, you were talking about continuity errors earlier. There is
There was a couple.
there is a continuity issue that I noticed the first time I watched it. So while they're devising their plans, they're at Spinner's diner, and they're sitting there.
Yes.
They're sitting there with the map of the town and whatnot, and they're looking at it, and they're trying to devise what they're trying to do with what they're going to do. And in that scene, all of the kids that work at the diner start to gather around them. Like they're sitting on the booth beside them, and they're turning around and they're looking over the booth thing, looking at the table, and then coming up from behind like Podcast and the rest of them is some more kids. And none of them stop to be like, what's going on? Why are all these people just gathering around what we're doing here? So another question I have is, I think there's a slight story arc that's left out, because the black girl, I fucking forgot her name already. She was saying something to the effect
The waitress.
Yeah, the waitress girl. She was saying something to the effect of she's third generation living in that town, and her dad is the chief of police. I think that there was a subplot of townspeople protecting the secret of the town and of the Gozerian cult and of the mine and everything. Because when the Muncher comes out of the hole in the ground where Finn Wolfhard's character and the girl are sitting there, all of the other kids aren't reacting to it in fear or being scared. They're laughing.
I know, that was a little bit weird.
So I
was like, wait a minute.
So I think that there's a subplot that was left out of the movie, potentially because like towards the end of the movie, where are all the police officers at the police station when they show up there? They're just, nobody's there. Two things on that.
I do have something about the police officers. I noticed this the second time.
Yeah, no,
through.
I was gonna say. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
If you pay attention, the radio is just like the dispatch radio at the station is just going absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And when
I didn't notice that.
they show the outside, you see the fire truck go by, and then you see all those cops running.
Well, yeah.
So I think that they've just got their hands absolutely full.
They're out on calls because all of the spirits from the spirit well, from the death well, or whatever it is, and so nice.
What? Did I miss something?
No, look. Show her the coffee mug.
Jesus. Yeah, where's my freebie? Come
Homemade.
on, Isaac.
Bootleg merchandise. No, no. So yeah. So
So
that's also what
this
some.
thing, the box shows it coming with Phoebe, and it doesn't come with fucking anybody.
That's dumb. So no,
That's a
back
ripoff.
on the thing. Like I would
Full
like
sabotage.
I was talking to somebody about that specifically, the cops being gone. Yes, there is like
Yeah.
there's an apocalyptic event going on, and that's why the cops aren't there, because they're trying to stop all the fucking ghosts and like ghoulies that are attacking everybody in the town.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. So
But I still
that's why she could go in there, why she could grab all the stuff.
I still think that there's a subplot of some of the townspeople being in on the Gozerian cult.
Well, yeah, it was all covered up with
Yeah,
plastic.
there should be
There's
somebody
no reason.
that's involved.
Yeah, there's no reason why it would have been covered up by plastic. They said it just appeared out of nowhere, though. Remember? Somebody just said it just appeared.
That's like third or second hand knowledge from podcasts. So he learned that from like a website or somebody else, and so that's not like first hand knowledge, because he says there's two ways that it could have gotten there. I think he says it's either appeared out of nowhere or they built it.
Oh, okay. I've only seen it once now, so I can't
And
quote
then
that.
when old dude wakes up, he's like, "I built this temple for you."
that was hilarious. J.K. Simmons as Ivo Shandor waking up, and he's like, I built this temple for you so we can rule together, and so she just rips him in half.
Oh.
I don't understand why they couldn't have gotten Vigo or something like that there from the second movie.
Why would they?
Right there.
Vigo.
Well, they literally got rid of Vigo, though. Vigo doesn't exist anymore on this plane of existence, at least.
His body could have existed, though.
A buddy of mine said that this movie totally retcons Ghostbusters 2.
I don't know about that.
No, I know for a fact that
they do talk about the 1984 incident,
yes,
but they don't talk about the other one.
Well, I know for a fact it doesn't, because not Ivan Reitman, but his son, Jason Reitman, said that people brought up the fact that the mom, Phoebe's mom, would have been alive during Ghostbusters 2, would have been a kid. And Jason Reitman said that she is alive, they just don't talk about her. The other thing is, if you look in the kitchen, of the farmhouse, you can actually see the exact prop they used in Ghostbusters 2, the toaster that they put the slime into and made it dance.
Okay.
So that prop,
notice that
prop is in the kitchen. If anybody goes back and sees it again, watches the movie again, you can see that prop in the kitchen. There's a Adam Savage tested video. I think I'll try to put it up here while we're talking about it, where Adam Savage is in the kitchen from the farmhouse, and he's like, "This is the toaster."
That's awesome. No, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
In fact,
I really do hope, though, this launches another franchise.
I think they're
Ghostbusters.
I think they're
going.
I think they're signed on for 2 more movies.
Excuse the noise.
And I'm kind of hoping. I think that they're signed on for at least 1 more, maybe 2 more movies. I'm kind of hoping they reboot the real Ghostbusters or even Extreme Ghostbusters.
That would be cool.
Because, like, the real Ghostbusters.
I actually just got a bunch of the real Ghostbusters on my computer to watch.
I think they might have been on Hulu for a little while. I know the Extreme Ghostbusters is on Hulu. If nobody's seen it, the Extreme Ghostbusters is a rehashing after the fact of the real Ghostbusters, where Egon Spangler is a lecturer at a college, and he recruits like 3 people that show up to his class to become new Ghostbusters.
Yep.
Now, is the real Ghostbusters cartoon considered canon at this point? Do you know?
Well, I have a copy, or I had a copy of the Tobin Spirit Guide, the official Ghostbusters. It was released at the time that the Ghostbusters video game was released. And in the Tobin Spirit Guide references the cartoon show, and it references the video game. So
Okay.
I don't know if the cartoon is in canon. One of the ghosts that has the eyeball that comes out of the store, and then the ghost goes and like collects its eyeball and then flies towards the camera. That is a ghost specifically from the real
Yeah.
Ghostbusters TV show. So at least one of the spirits from the TV show is in canon for the movie for Afterlife.
Now I remember there was something that wasn't Shandor involved in the cartoon show as well.
Ivo Shandor is I believe they summon Stay Puft the Marshmallow Man once or twice in the cartoon, and in the video game they also Ivo Shandor is involved in the video game as well, and they have Stay Puft the Marshmallow Man is summoned in the video game from what I can recall from the Gozer entry in Tobin's Spirit Guide. Sorry,
Okay.
I've done a lot more research. Like I read almost the entire Spirit Guide, and I know more about this canon of Ghostbusters than probably a really avid Ghostbusters fan.
Nothing
You
wrong
gotta
with
know
that.
your stuff. No, there's not. You gotta know your stuff.
Yeah, so
That's called preparation.
okay, so let's talk about the ending of the movie.
Ooh.
Okay.
And you said, Teresa, you wanted to say something about that, but we were going to save it for later. Now's your chance.
All right. So, say it.
And
I don't know. It was kind
go.
of funny how the last scene they had, it was Sigourney Weaver. They're like, everybody in the entire audience in the movie theater was like, Sigourney Weaver at the same time. And then the next scene, you see her with Pinkman
Yeah,
finally.
I said the same thing.
She finally does her cameo.
I was sitting right next to Nick, and that's the first thing. I'm like, where's Sigourney Weaver in this? And then Nick's like, there's a mid-credits scene, and then I'm like, as soon as I turn around to say it, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But that was
and then there was the post-credit scene as well.
Did you stay for the post-credit scene?
So anybody that's going to go see the movie, don't leave.
Yeah, don't leave.
Well, anybody that's if you've oh God, if you haven't seen the movie and you're watching this, first, you're probably a moron. Second, stop watching this and go see the fucking movie.
Yeah. Quit being an idiot. And
this is why nobody watches.
Come back.
This is why nobody subscribes to our channel, because I keep calling them idiots.
Oh, I love spoilers. I can't help it. I love spoilers.
Yeah.
So anybody who's watching this who hasn't seen the movie, it'll make you want to go see the movie.
The post-credits scene with the Ecto 1. No, it's Ernie Hudson plays Winston Zedmore, and Zedmore walks into the garage and like feels up the stripper pole. I mean the fire pole, and then the Ecto pulls in. But right before that, with Janine that has the World's Fair coin with the cutscene from the original Ghostbusters, that was fucking like I got goosebumps watching that because that was really cool.
yeah.
And then she gives it to him, and he's like, "There's a 98% chance we won't come back." She's like, "It's okay, I have a second one."
Yeah. I'm really hoping when he, with the putting the Ecto 1 back into the firehouse and all that little care that they put to have the Ecto 1 back in there, and he's all happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that they revive and make another part of the series.
Well,
That would be great.
it's kind of like when he's talking to Janine, and he's like, Ray's bookshop will turn a profit one of these days. It's been 30 years. It's been 30 years and he still hasn't made any money, and Winston's just paying for Ray's pet project. None of them believed Egon about Shandor and like the Gozerian cult coming back. And so Winston didn't fund his like extracurricular activities at the dirt farm, correct? Am I correct in assuming that?
Correct. He did it on his own.
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
All right. And so then, like, I love the scene with Janine, like, towards the beginning when they go into the farmhouse and they're like, so my father didn't leave me any money. What money did my father leave me or something like that? And she's like, there was no money, but there was plenty of debt. That was great. Okay, theories. I want to ask theories here. So if Egon's daughter was alive during Ghostbusters 2, who would the potential mom be? Because the mom and Egon, like not the mom, Janine and Egon are not a thing in Ghostbusters 2 because her and Tully are kind of together in Ghostbusters 2. Not really, but sort of. So is she just kind of a player?
It's implied. But I mean, come on, who can resist Rick Moranis? Right?
That guy is a class act.
No, seriously, he's badass. He decided, you know what? I'm done acting. I'm gonna go take care of my family.
Well, his wife got cancer.
He just wanted to spend time with his family.
No, his wife got cancer, and so he quit acting. He retired from acting to go to take care of his wife and his family.
Yeah, and I like that. I think that's fantastic.
I do too,
wish
but
that
it would have
more
been so
actors were a
cool
little
for
bit-
him to like drive the Ecto in at the last scene where they all come in and he's still in the driver.
Yeah,
That would have been awesome.
Rick Moranis cameo would have been great.
I would have liked to see him in the new movie as well, but he's been done for a long time.
Are we all just going to agree that Janine is not the mother of Egon's child?
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's
All right,
the correct thing.
a fair assessment.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Because the second movie, she didn't have a kid, and it would have been born by then.
Well, no, you're right. She didn't have a kid. She would have been the kid. Like
She babysitted Sigourney Weaver's kid.
The mom had to have been at least the mom in the movie, not Egon's baby mama. The mom in the movie, I'm talking Phoebe's mom, would have been probably like 2, maybe 1 at the time of Ghostbusters 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because the actress that played the mother's got to be like, nice. The actress that played the mother is like in her mid-30s, almost 40s, and
yeah,
there wouldn't have been a child in the first movie, and that came out in what, 84, correct?
84.
I